What's up? Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a tragic story for you. If you watched some of my previous videos, you probably know that I am in the process of selling the Durango and trading it in for something smaller, something more like a sports car kind of thing. Well, in the process of doing that, I got screwed by a local dealership. It all started May 9th when I first reached out to a small independent dealership here in Calgary because I saw they had the car that I've been researching for a while and I'm ready to buy it, I think. So I first reached out to them and asked them to do a test drive. They agree and I organized to come down there, and fortunately when I do get there, they tell me that there is a coating just put on the car and it can't be out in the sun. So I can't drive it, but I get to sit in it. I get to meet the owner. I get to meet the staff there, and it was a pretty good experience. And I got to know the car a little bit better, and I still wanted to drive it though. So we agreed that I'll come back another day for a test drive. So on May 13th, I reach out to the dealership and tell them I'm going to come by today to test drive the car. They agree. I arrive and the owner of the dealership is not there, so one of his staff allows me to test drive the car and I get sold. I'm happy with it. The owner comes back to the dealership after my test drive and we start chatting for hours. The guy is a really likable guy. He's really friendly, really outgoing, and he has a lot of strong values. Values around integrity, honesty, and transparency, and even so much so that he showed me the documentation of when he bought the car. He showed me how much he paid for the car. And he showed me that if he sold it at the price that he's advertising at, he's only going to make a couple of grand, not a huge amount. So I really appreciated this transparency and honesty. It really made me trust him. So we go through a few more things and I ultimately come to the decision that I want to purchase the car. And I say, let's get started. Let's run the numbers. He agrees. But then afterwards I ask him, is there anything that you could use help with? Is there anything I could do for you to help you? And he says, yeah, marketing. And I'm a marketer. So we go back and forth a little bit about some of the things I do and some of the things that he needs. And he seems really into it. It seemed like he could really use my services and he really wanted my services. So I asked him if we could put together some sort of an arrangement or a deal where some exchange of services was happening. And he really liked that idea. I even offered to write him a proposal and he said no. He said to me, I trust you. And I trusted him. So everything seemed great. So I said, let's run the numbers, see how that goes, and we'll check back soon. But that's where things start to go a little bit sideways. So it's now May 15th, and I haven't heard anything. I figured they're working on it, but I just thought I'd check in. So I text him. I say, just checking in on your finance person. Haven't heard any information yet regarding the numbers. And he responds pretty quickly and says, we'll have an answer tomorrow. I say, that sounds great. I don't want to be too pushy, so I wait a couple more days. On the 17th, I still haven't heard anything. So I message him again. I say, just wanted to let you know, I haven't heard from your finance person on the numbers. Hope all is good. I know this car might be in demand. So I ask him, could I put a deposit down? He ignores me. Later on, he does respond. He still ignores the idea of a deposit, but says her finance person was working on some family stuff and she'll be gone for a few days. I say, okay, no problem, but could I still send you a deposit to hold the car? He ignores me. A few hours later, he does respond and says he spoke with the finance person. And she said the bank will likely require $10,000 down, but we won't have a proper answer till after the weekend. I say, okay, I should be able to increase my down payment, but I ask again, would you like me to send you a deposit? And he ignores that. It's at this point that things really aren't looking good, but I still have hope. So on May 20th, I think to myself, maybe I can move things along if I present him his marketing plan. I'll write up a quick document with a couple of options and even a payment option that involves no discount at all. So I send him this document and he responds. He tells me that he's left for his trip, which I did know about. He said he was going on a trip, but that he'll message me when he gets back. That's fine, but I respond just briefly. Should I expect to hear from the finance person, or is the whole deal on hold until he gets back? He responds that the finance person will be in touch with him and his staff. And from there, I don't respond. I figure I'll give him the week. He's away on a trip. Everything will be fine. We'll get it figured out when he gets back. So the owner of the dealership is due back in the city on May 26th. I want to give him a couple of days to get settled in before I reach out again. So on May 28th, still haven't heard anything, I decide to text him. I tell him that I hope his trip went well, and then I'm ready to move forward on the deal, and I've got $10K ready to go. He doesn't respond. So it gets to the end of the day, and I'm really getting tired of waiting, so I just call him. He doesn't answer the phone, one of his staff does. And he said that he'll call me later. And I say, okay, that's fine, but just please let me know, is the car still there? No, it was sold a week ago. So this really sucks. Let me tell you why it sucks even more than you may think. During this time frame, there was 2 other vehicles in the city that I was looking at, and I decided not to pursue them because I was pretty sold on this vehicle from this dealership. And in this time frame, those other 2 vehicles, they sold. If this dealership only told me that they sold the car when they did, I might have been able to get those other 2 vehicles. So now I'm out 3 vehicles because this guy didn't tell me that he sold the car when he did. And that's really what pisses me off. One of the funny things about this is that during our conversation, he talked about his marketing. He talked about how negative Google reviews, he'd like them to be gone. And we talked about how I could probably help him with that. But now I'm at a crossroads. I don't know. Should I give him a negative Google review? Sort of seems ironic. Maybe this video is enough. But let me know in the comments down below. What do you think I should do from here? I'm kind of stuck. These vehicles are not hard to come by. And this guy made me lose potentially 3 of these. I have maybe 1 or 2 other leads on one of these vehicles, and we'll see how those go. But right now, it looks like I may not be getting that new sports car just yet. So hang in there with me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.